We're going to start with the bill on the voting list. Okay, well, let me make the announcement. Welcome to the Environmental Transportation Committee. I'm your friendly chairman, Kumar Barve. I'm joined by the equally friendly Vice Chair Dana Stein and the members of our very happy crew here. It is voting list number 28, Monday, April 12th at a little after 6 o'clock. And we're going to start with House Bill 592. Dave, tell us about this bill. It's been amended.
Okay, it has been amended. This was a House bill that I originally introduced, and I don't know how much detail you'd like me to go into, Mr.
Yeah,
Chair?
just tell us fundamentally what we're doing here, or do you want to?
Essentially, House Bill, as amended, House Bill 592 establishes the intent of the General Assembly that 100% of their passenger cars in the state fleet by 2030 and 2035 by zero emission vehicles. The bill phases in a requirement to purchase ZEVs, which is a zero emission vehicles, for passenger vehicles starting in 2021 and light duty vehicles starting in 2026.
And there's no explicit mandate. The governor would have to put money in the budget for this, correct?
That's my understanding. I mean, we did some last minute things with the bill, so yes.
Patrick,
As far as a little bit.
Back me up here, Patrick, or who's?
Yeah, you're correct. Patrick's handling this one, but it's also the provisions from the Climate Solutions Bill.
Right. So basically, the Climate Solutions Bill, which may or may not pass, we're putting the vehicle electrification provisions into this bill. So let me first say the amendments are before us. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions about the amendments? Okay, we'll vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed?
Aye.
The ayes seem to have it. The ayes have it. The bill is before us as amended. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. So anybody want to talk about this before we vote?
Jay's got his hand up.
He does? Okay, yes, he does.
Yes, just to understand.
It was a
why would the
manual hand.
environment, sorry. Why would the Environment Solutions bill not pass?
Hold on. Jay Jacobs has his hand up.
We
Did you
have
want to say something?
two J's.
We got,
Jacobs, yeah.
you're gonna have to discern differently.
So
I want to get straight on this, on the funding, where you said it was not a mandate. Is that what Dave said?
Correct.
right, so originally in my original bill, we heard, but then never took up. There was a mandate in it, but this bill is the exact language it was copied off of Dana's bill, Delegate Stein's bill. So the amendments to this bill are actually the bill, which puts it in the same posture as what was in the original Climate Solutions bill, if that makes sense to you, Jay.
Yeah, there's
Just don't say that on the floor.
the purchase, and it's expressly says subject to funding. Subject to
Okay.
funding.
Yeah, well, that answers my question. Thank you.
Okay. Delegate Jalisi, did you have a question or did I
No,
tell you by mistake? Okay. I forget that we have two J's in this committee sometimes. Okay. Let's do a roll call because it's the first one. We can take attendance that way. Trish?
Okay, sure. Vice Chair Stein,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes.
Merriman.
That was a yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm not able to look at the same time.
Yes.
Fraser Hidalgo,
Yes.
Otto,
No.
Jacobs,
No.
Weibel,
No.
and Prey.
Marlon? Is he there? I guess he's one of the ones who's absent. Okay, keep going. He's absent.
Okay. I think he's having audio connections.
All right, we'll go back to him.
and Prey, Wells,
Yes.
Love,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
That's a yes.
Short,
Yes.
Lehman,
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Trassa,
Yes.
Parrot,
No.
Boyce,
Yes.
Clark,
No, Mr. Chairman, could these be nuclear powered cars?
I
To answer your
wish.
question, yes, they could be. I'm not joking. Like if the electricity derived to charge these batteries comes from nuclear, then yes, they would be.
That's true.
Not start this conversation.
Does that mean you're going to change your vote, Jerry?
No.
Oh my God.
He wanted an actual reactor under the hood.
I want a nuclear power, many
And he's not gonna
nuclear
s-
reactors on the car.
And he's not going to settle for anything less. Okay, who's next? Keep going.
Gilchrist,
Yes.
Healy,
Yes.
Chairman votes yes.
Joyce. I
So-
just, I have one member that's joined under the name S01.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, so Anderson is here. Okay.
That's me. I'm using Kendall's laptop because I'm too lazy to start mine up.
Okay,
Okay, so
did
you're
you
not
ask-
absent.
Did
What
you,
was your
did you
vote?
say my name?
Delegate Anderson?
Can I see what name?
we need to have you vote yes or
I'm
no.
sorry.
All the other Republicans voted no.
All right, so my body's telling me yes, but my mind is telling me no.
Don't start.
You get that? You got it, right? You know, you got the,
So who
Yeah.
wins with you? I
Yes.
don't know.
I guess I got to go with my mind on this one.
Okay.
I like my body
Did-
wins.
Did
So-
you get
Could you-
my vote?
Huh?
Cornbread, is it yes or no?
No.
No,
Yes.
okay.
No. Yes.
Is
No.
Delegate Ampry here?
Trish, did you get my vote? Trish?
Jalisi, did I skip you?
Yeah,
I did skip you. Delegate Jalisi, go ahead.
yes.
Okay.
Ampray, Delegate Ampray, are you there? Okay, he's our other missing one. Okay.
Okay.
Two absent.
Okay, so what's the vote tally?
16-6.
Okay, so let's go on to our concurrences, and I'm going to start with climate solutions. We're going to, the motion is to not recede and to form a conference committee. So the conferees, you'll remember it was both our committee and ECM. So we're going to have two conferees from our committee and one from ECM. It's going to be Barve as the chair, Stein and Ben Brooks from ECM are going to be the conferees. The motion is to not recede. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that motion? Okay, we'll vote. All those in favor of not receding signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, we move not to recede. All right, House Bill 991, forced mitigation banks. The motion is to concur, and let me tell you what the amendment does. It basically adds the forest tree planting provisions of the climate solutions bill into the forest mitigation banks, and it uses the same funding mechanism that was in climate solutions. In the first year, the $15 million would come out of the Bay Restoration Fund, and in every other year, the money would come out of the general fund. So that the motion is to concur. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Any discussion on this motion to concur?
Mr. Chair,
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, who was first? Was it Delegate?
Sarah Love was first.
Okay, Sarah.
thank
go.
you, Delegate Jacobs. Mr. Chair, it also includes a sunset, correct?
Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. It has a 3-year sunset, I believe, Kristen? You, Kristen, right? Who-
Is
who's
that
this?
forest mitigation stuff? Patrick?
Oh, it's
Yes,
Pat.
the forest
I'm sorry.
mitigation, part of the Senate amendments was a 3-year sunset, correct?
Yeah, forgot that part. I guess my
Thank you.
subconscious was blocking it. I don't know. Jay, did you have your hand up?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then after you will be Lehman and Clark in that order.
Okay. So you just mentioned 15 million the first year in deforestation. Is that what I heard you say?
I believe that's what it is. Am I right, Patrick?
Yes.
Because I thought in that bill that there was only 10 million total coming out of Bay Restoration.
Maybe I misremembered it. Patrick, why don't you tell me if I'm wrong?
I'm according to my spreadsheet.
So it is 15 minutes. It's 10 million that goes to the Chesapeake Bay Trust, and then 2.5 million that goes to the 2010 Trust Fund, and then 2.5 million that goes to Department of Ag.
Okay, so I was wrong. It's 10 million out of the Bay Restoration, 2.5 out of Ag, and 2.5 out of the.
All of it's out of all of that transfers from the Bay Restoration Fund. So it's 15 million in total. It goes to 3 different programs.
Oh, okay.
10 is the one that goes to the urban tree program. And then 2.5 goes to the 2010 Trust Fund. And then 2.5 also goes to the Department of Agriculture.
So, and after the first year, it's a general fund.
And then that's correct.
Go ahead, Jim.
So the earlier bill that Delegate Stein passed with the 5 million trees in it, I believe that was transferring 20 million from Bay Restoration, wasn't it?
Yes.
Not the tree, not this bill.
Not this bill. It was a previous, the other bill that Delegate Stein passed.
The Clean Water Commerce Act.
Commerce Act.
Oh. Yes.
Wasn't that 20 million from Bay Restoration?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman. If I
Go
could,
ahead.
Yes, it is 20 million. I mean, it assigns us within that 20 million certain amounts within different sectors. Like I forget the amount that Ag gets, but yes, it is 20 million that comes out after funding for the majors and the minor wastewater facilities.
Right. And then now in this bill, as it's amended, you're talking about another 15.
For 1 year, and it's deferred by a year.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Delegate Lehman, Delegate Clark, in that order.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry, I've lost track between the climate action and forest mitigation. So which bill are we discussing right now?
This is the Forest Mitigation Bank bill.
What's the number of the bill?
991.
Yeah, what's the number?
991, okay.
Okay, and that's the House bill number?
Correct.
Okay, so where does the sunset come in? I'm sorry, can someone give us context? Did this ever come up before, the idea of a sunset, and what is the thinking?
It came up as a concept, but we never adopted it on the House side.
Okay, is it like a look back kind of, philosophy?
Patrick, why don't you describe it? You can probably do a better job than me.
Well, basically, there was a sunset offer, and as Chairman Barve said, it was not accepted on the House side. The point was to limit the changes. We were putting the status quo back in place, and subject to waiting for the report. And the sunset was to end at time certain so that we could look at the report coming from the Harry Hughes Agroecology Center and make any necessary legislative changes. As it stands, we expect the report at the end of the year, so the 3-year sunset's probably too long. We'll probably be dealing with this next session.
Okay, so what is the 3-year sunset right now? What's that date?
2024, I suppose.
So we could come back conceivably in the 2022 session and shorten that?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Delegate Clark.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My questions was about the sunset too. So if this was to go through the whole process and sunset, would that eliminate the forest banks altogether? Would that make them all go away?
No. The forest mitigation banks don't go away. It's the ability to use them to conserve existing forest under the Forest Mitigation Bank as opposed to planting new forest. Right now, the way the bill's drafted, we won't be able to do that until we get the report and make any necessary changes.
Correct, I understand that. But I mean, when we get that, and if there's a sunset on the bill, and and you can't use the forest mitigation or the forest banks for mitigation, then what are the forest banks worth? I mean, what is the purpose of them?
Well, you can use them for mitigation, but they have to be planted. They can't use conservation of existing forests. They have to use planting.
But that's what the forest banks are, is existing trees.
Right.
Well, they're existing trees and newly planted trees.
Yeah, but I mean, most people that are going to put their forest in a mitigation bank already have the trees grown, and that's what they're using as the bank.
Well, that's correct. And
so if
the
you do away with
advice,
yeah.
The Attorney General's opinion, excuse me, from last October said you can't do that.
But if you sunset the bill, these people that have existing banks they've been using are basically stuck with what they got left. So their only other alternative would be to either go ahead and log the existing forest, install the lumber off of it, and turn it into fields or whatever if it's farmers. So, you know, I just the philosophy of taking that away as an option is just beyond me. It just doesn't.
Let me say, by the way, let me say something. I believe, and Patrick, you can correct me, or Delegate Gilchrist can correct me if I'm wrong, but practically everybody, meaning the environmental people and the business advocates, everybody agrees with this compromise package that we have before us. I just want to throw that in because we're starting to run a little low on time.
Yeah, and that's fine, and we'll get into it, I'm sure, again next year on this thing. But you know, agreeing to a compromise package, they just took what, you know. Okay, yeah, everybody's fine with it except the guy that owns the forest mitigation property that maybe he's been using for the last 10 or 15 years. And now
existing credits still count as of December, I believe, of last year.
Yeah, but still, you know, okay.
Okay, so let's go to Wyville and Otto, and then let's vote.
Okay, so originally this bill didn't have the funding mandate, and that's what the amendment does with the 15 million from BRF?
Yeah, it has a 1-year mandate from the BRF and then from the fund.
All right, thanks, because I was okay with it originally. Now I'm not. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, and Delegate Otto.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. And what's the ratio for this mitigation? Is it still 2 to 1?
2 to 1.
2 to 1.
Okay. Yeah, Pam Beidle amended that on the Senate floor.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we are running out of time, so let's vote. I think we all know how we're going to vote. All those in favor of concurring with the Senate amendment signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Who's opposed? Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean 5. I assume Neil would be
16-6.
Yeah. There you go. Okay.
I'm concurring with the Senate. I'm a yes.
You're yes. Okay. All right. Well, all right. We vote to concur. Next bill is House Bill 269, Department of Urban Ag Grant Program. The motion is to concur, and the Senate amendment is only technical. Is there a second? Someone out there.
What's the bill number?
Second.
269. Okay, the motion is to concur. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We move to concur.
Mr. Chairman, I guess I should be noted as excused on that.
Okay, well, we only do a nose count. We don't do a full. It's
okay.
So Trish, just
There is actually an abstain box here, so
is there really? Okay.
just for just on number, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And the last bill is House Bill 1069, Water Supply Safety Program. The motion is to concur. The Senate amendments do the following things. First Amendment is technical. Second Amendment clarifies that the corrective action required under the bill may include providing an alternative source of potable water, remediating the contamination, or providing the tenant with an option to lease. The amendment. The amendment also establishes a civil penalty for violations of the bill's requirements, provides local health departments with enforcement ability. And the third amendment requires the MDE to report to specified committees, we'd be one of them, I assume, by December 31st, 2022 on reports of well water contamination received under the bill. Motion is to concur. My understanding is that pretty much everybody is okay with this. So is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay, the motion is to concur. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, we vote to concur. Any announcements, anything else that somebody should be saying? Charles, your hand's been up all this time. It's been from like.
Yeah, I'm lowering it now. Thank you.
Okay.
Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm not joking. Get out. You're not supposed to be in here.
No, thank you.
Mr.
Okay.
Chair,
All right. Yes.
do you have any magic
Yes.
powers? Do you have any magic powers in JPO